Hello, today we will be multiplying and dividing integers. First, to look at the rules. To multiply or divide integers, you have to just multiply and divide the numbers regularly, just like you normally would. Then, if there are two negative signs, they come together, do a little dance, and become a positive. If there's only one negative sign, it stays negative. If there's more than two, then for every even number of negatives, it becomes positive. If you have an odd number of negatives, the answer would still be negative. Let's look at some problems. So, first, let's multiply 3 times 5. But let's do it where there's a negative in front of each number, or both. So, a regular 3 times 5 is 15. But a 3 times a negative 5, 3 times 5 is still 15, but there's only one negative sign, so the answer is negative. Negative 3 times 5, same thing. 3 times 5 is 15. One negative, the answer is negative. Here, number 4, negative 3 times negative 5, 3 times 5 is 15. Two negatives, though, come together, do a dance, make a plus. Okay? So that's why it's positive 15. This positive is not needed to be written. It's just written to show you that those two negatives came together. Dividing, same thing. Both numbers are positive, the answer is positive. One number is negative, the answer is negative. One number is negative, the answer is negative. Both numbers are negative, the answer positive. Now let's try some practice problems. 12 times negative 3. Well, 12 times 3 is 36. One negative sign, so my answer has to be negative 36. Negative 14 divided by 2. Pretend there aren't any negatives. 14 divided by 2 is 7. One negative sign, my answer is negative 7. 56 divided by negative 7. Well, 7 goes into 56 8 times. There is one negative sign, so negative 8. This one, negative 37 times negative 6. There are two negatives here. Therefore, my answer is going to be positive. 6 times 37 is 222. So it's positive 222. If you're multiplying more than two numbers, use this tip. Count up the number of negative signs. If they are even, the answer will be positive. If they are odd, the answer is negative. In this problem, there are 4 negative signs. Therefore, the answer has to be positive. In this one, this means negative 6 to the power of 5. There would be 5 negative signs, because that's negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. Since there's 5 negative signs, the answer would be negative. Let's talk about simplifying. Let's pretend you have some variables. The variables are just extra numbers. We don't know if they are positive or negative or anything. So all we have to do is multiply the number parts and then put the variables after them. For instance, negative 3x times negative 5y. Take the negative 3 times negative 5. That's going to be a total of positive 15. And then we just put xy after it. Number 2, negative 16x divided by 8y. This one's a little bit different. The 16 and the 8 can cancel. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So the negative stays there. This is going to become a 2. Then there's going to be x divided by y. Negative 2x over y. I still divided the numbers. 16 divided by 8 is 2. There's still one negative sign. The answer is negative. And then x over y is still there. Substitution. Let's pretend that a is negative 5, b is negative 3, and c is negative 4. So if I have ab plus bc, ab means a times b, whatever those values are. So I do negative 5 times negative 3, plus bc is negative 3 times negative 4. Using order of operations, I multiply those numbers first. So 5 and 3 is 15. Two negatives make a positive. 3 and 4 is 12. Two negatives make a positive there. 15 plus 12 is 27. And I'm done. Number 2, ABC. That means take each of these numbers and multiply them together. -5 times -3 times -4. There are 3 negative signs. Every 2 make a positive, so the leftover one makes the answer negative. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 4 is 60, so -60. A squared times B. Well, A squared means A times itself. So that's going to be -5 times -5. That's how we got positive 25. And then multiply it by B, which is -3. Total of -75. Number 4, C squared plus AB. Well, C squared means -4 times itself. AB means -5 times -3. So I'd get a positive 16 plus a positive 15. The answer is 31. Take your time to look these over if you don't understand them for as quick as I'm going. Division. Same thing. If A is -2, B is 4, and C is -8. First, B is 4, C is -8 over -2. BC on top means you have to multiply them. So 4 times -8 and then divided by -2. The top is going to be -32 divided by -2. So the answer is a positive 16. Number 2, CB over A to the power of 3. Notice how the difference between 1 and 2. 1 says BC on top, 2 says CB. That is actually the same answer, because B times C would be the same as C times B. So I already know that's going to be 4 times -8, which is going to be -32. And then -2 to the power of 3 means -2 times -2 times -2, which makes -8, because 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. Now divide, my answer is positive 4. Finally, C squared divided by A. Well, C squared means -8 to the power of 2, or -8 times -8. That's a total of 64 divided by -2, which is -32. I hope this helps you, and as always, thanks to you for using Seyer Mathematics.